everybody, welcome to the Empressive channel. Over the weekend, Dababy performed at Rolling Loud and he received some backlash for bringing out Tory Lanez on stage, and also he received a lot of backlash when he made some offensive comments. And before I get into that, I first want to talk about Dababy bringing up Tory on stage. This actually sparked a lot of controversy on social media, especially from Megan Thee Stallion's fans, because if you remember, Megan was the one who accused Tory of shooting her. So a lot of Megan's fans were upset that Dababy would bring Tory on a platform as big as Rolling Loud. A lot of people felt like it was a slap in the face to Megan because Dababy actually has a musical history with Megan. They've created several songs together, so it kind of seemed like Dababy was being disloyal to her by bringing Tory on stage. Now, I will say this. In the music industry, there is no loyalty. Business is business. So an artist can't control who other artists choose to collaborate with. That's just how it is. And I think at this point, Megan understands that. Megan is no longer cool with Dababy, and she doesn't need to be. She doesn't need his support or alliance because she's doing just fine by herself. Now, I want to talk about this weird rant, or maybe I should say weird tangent, that Dababy went on during his Rolling Loud performance. The Shade Room actually reposted it, and I want to play it so y'all can hear.
You didn't show up today with HIV, AIDS, any of them deadly sexually transmitted diseases that'll make you die in 2-3 weeks. Put a cell phone light in the air. Lady, if your smell like water, put a cell phone light in the air. Fellas,
lights up.
Fellas, if you ain't sucking in the parking lot, put your cell phone lights in the air.
Let's be real about this.
Yeah, keep it real.
So you heard that. Now, I thought these comments were very weird, very ignorant, but that's not surprising coming from Dababy. And what he was saying just didn't make sense at all. I mean, like, what is he talking about? Is he on crack? Is that what it is? Is it crack, baby? His comments were just very, very unnecessary. Now, a lot of people from the LGBT community were offended by what he was saying, and I could kind of understand why, even though his comments weren't specifically directed to everybody in the LGBT community. I could understand why some people felt like he was targeting them. For example, when he said, shout out to all the men who don't suck D in the parking lot, I'm pretty sure that probably offended some gay men, not all of them, but some. And then when he brought up the whole HIV AIDS comment. Now, the HIV AIDS comment was very insensitive because a lot of people deal with this disease. And HIV and AIDS do affect a lot of people in the LGBT community as well. So I could totally understand why some people were offended when he said that. And there's a real stigma around people who have HIV and AIDS. There are some people who assume that people only get it from just sleeping around and being careless, but that's not true. There are people who have contracted HIV from their partners without knowing. There are some people who got it from blood transfusions, and some people who got it from birth, from an infected parent. So the virus can be contracted in many different ways, and people have to understand that there is a stigma around it, and there should be some sensitivity when talking about it. And I honestly have to criticize myself because I remember when I did a video about a singer who allegedly had herpes. And the way I joked about it was very insensitive, and there are some people who probably saw that and felt bad. And that was never my intention. My intention was to be funny, but some things like that aren't joking matters. It's not funny to people who are actually affected by it. So I just had to call my own self out before getting on Dababy. Now, Dababy got a lot of backlash from his comments at Rolling Loud, and honestly, I think some of the backlash would have fizzled out if he didn't say anything, but when he addressed it, that made the situation a lot worse. Listen to this.
I'm gonna address this weak internet one time, and I'm gonna get back to giving my love to my fans. See what I'm saying? Because what me and my fans do at the live show, it don't concern you on the internet or you bitter on the internet. It's not y'all business. You know what I'm saying? Like what I do at a live show is for the audience at the live show. It'll never translate correctly to somebody looking at a little 5-6 second clip. Me and all my fans at the show, the gay ones and the straight ones, we turned the up. Then I said, if you ain't suck in the Rolling Loud parking lot, put your cell phone light up. You know what my gay fans did? Put that motherfucking light up, nigga. Cause my gay fans, they ain't got nigga. They ain't going for that. They got class, nigga. They ain't sucking no parking lot. You gotta get a room, nigga. A good one, 5-star hotel for them niggas. I say, if you don't got AIDS, put a cell phone light up. I say, if you ain't suck in the parking lot, put your cell phone lights up. So I could drop my next song. I wasn't going on no rant. That's called a call to action. That's what that's called, because I'm a live performer. I'm the best live performer. I'm the live show killer. You interact with your fans. You get what I'm saying? Look, all the lights went up, gay or straight. You want to know why? Because even my gay fans don't got fucking AIDS, stupid ass niggas. They don't got AIDS. My gay fans, they take care of themselves. They ain't going for that. They ain't no nasty gay niggas. See what I'm saying? They ain't no junkies. You know what I'm saying? On the street. The hell you talking about?
So you heard what he said towards the end. What he said was very ignorant and very insensitive, and it didn't make the situation any better. Dababy has been getting dragged left and right. In fact, the singer Dua Lipa spoke out against him. Now, if you don't know, Dua Lipa actually has a song with Dababy called Levitating. It's a big pop song, and she and Dababy had a lot of success with it. But now that Dababy is getting backlash, Dua Lipa is withdrawing her support. She posted this on her IG story. I'm surprised and horrified at Dababy's comments. I really don't recognize this as the person I worked with. I know my fans know where my heart lies and that I stand 100% with the LGBTQ community. We need to come together to fight the stigma and ignorance around HIV and AIDS. After Dua Lipa made that statement, she did unfollow Dababy, and Dababy also unfollowed her. Now, I do believe that Dua Lipa only put this statement out because she sees that it's now bad business to attach herself to Dababy. Now, she was okay with him before this whole incident happened. She was okay with the fact that he had a history of being violent and misogynistic. She was okay with the fact that he slapped a woman, a black woman, in the face. She was okay with all of his ignorant behavior, and she was okay with the fact that he killed a man, allegedly out of self-defense, allegedly. She still worked with him even after all of that. But now that he's getting backlash for his recent statements, she all of a sudden wants to denounce him. And honestly, this comes off as very disingenuous to me. She thinks denouncing Dababy is going to protect her brand, but if she truly cared about her brand, she wouldn't have collaborated with him in the first place. So I'm not really here for her selective outrage. And I'm also not here for her fans all of a sudden getting upset and putting the pressure on her to remove Dababy from her song. Dababy's history has been well documented on TMZ, but nobody cared to cancel him until now. So I'm not really here for some of the selective outrage that I see. Now, Dababy did unfollow Dua Lipa, and he also threw a sub at her. He tweeted this, and for any brands, networks, or artists that like to profit off of black rappers' influence on the culture without understanding it or having the patience to deal with what comes with the position we play in our culture, keep your money next time. Us N-words human too. Hashtag God bless. Now, he does make a good point, but I think the reason why he tweeted this is because he probably has been getting some calls behind the scenes, and he might be losing some deals. And also, he feels a way that Dua Lipa spoke out against him. Now, I did notice that he was in the comments in the Shade Room, and he actually acknowledged this post by Sincere Show. Sincere Show basically called Dua Lipa a culture vulture and called her out for using Dababy. And Dababy acknowledged this comment. So that tells me that he really did feel some type of way about Dua's statement. Now, one thing we have to remember is business, right? Dababy honestly can't get all that upset at Dua Lipa because she has a business to protect. There is no loyalty in the industry, and Dababy should know that. He had no problem being disloyal to his industry friend Megan Thee Stallion, and he had no problem bringing Tory Lanez on stage. He did it for business, right? And Dua Lipa did what she had to do for her own business. She had to cut him off. It's a cutthroat industry, but that's how things work. There's no loyalty, and Dababy is now seeing how it feels to be betrayed by another artist. Now, Dababy also posted these tweets. He said, "I tell fans to put a cell phone light in the air. Y'all start a Million Man March. I told you all digested that wrong, but I ain't gonna lie, I'm impressed. Now show the same amount of support when a racist cop killed one of our black selves. You're not. And anybody who done ever been affected by AIDS and HIV, y'all got the right to be upset. What I said was insensitive, even though I have no intentions on offending anybody. So my apologies. But the LGBT community, I ain't tripping on y'all. Do you? Y'all business is y'all business." So that was Dababy's half apology, but honestly, he could have kept it. He could have kept that. And he could have kept that whole comment about the police killing people too. That was pure deflection, and it has nothing to do with his comments. If he's not going to give a proper apology, then he needs to shut up. Anyway, tell me what you all think about this mess down below. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you care. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.